Hey Cubs, hey chat. Hope you guys have a most wonderful Sunday. By the time this video goes up, it'll already be December 2nd. I honestly thought it was going to be December 1st, so yeah, I actually had to cut the first part because of that. But have a wonderful holidays, chat, and Cubs of all shapes and sizes again. Be sure to give your friendly neighborhood lion some steak for the holidays, and you all stay nice and warm. There's so much that has happened this week, though, on the last month of November. That was already went by. But nonetheless, there was still stuff that happened either way. Some good, some bad, and just some more headaches on top of that. So let's get on to the first bit of the Sinday Talk, shall we? First off, on the Sinday Talk, we have to give a huge congratulations to Maple Chicken, the Kitsune VTuber and a very, very friendly neighborhood kitsune that is, I'm proud to call it, my friend. She just reached 20k on the Purple app. So this is like a really big deal, so I highly recommend to check her out. If you have not followed her and you're not one of those 20k people, death. That is all you get. Also, she is from this mythical land known as Canada, which I thought was actually like Atlantis. Turns out it's actually real. Who knew? Who knew? I honestly thought like Canada was just non-existent. It was just like ocean up there. Yeah. Man, the Canadians are going to cancel me now for that. And it's not the first time or the second time, and it won't be the last. But either way, congratulations, Maple Chicken, on a very, very big milestone that you have accomplished. And again, for those that have not checked her out, highly recommend doing that. She's really cool, very sweet, and if you like chicken and you like maple and you like kitsune stuff, then yeah, and yeah, like what the fuck's wrong with you? You like, that's literally like all the stuff that you like. And look, floofy tail. What else more do you want? Next that we have on the Sinday Talk, and that is a big monumental thing that we have right now, and that is Helldivers 2 is launching its brand new warbot and the Python Commandos, which you're going to have a minigun. Unfortunately, there's still some stuff going on with Helldivers 2, such as, bugs and so forth and so on, which I'm hoping by the time that this arrives on December 2nd, that's when this video goes up, I highly suggest giving the game another shot. I'm going to be playing my second or third playthrough, because I was trying to fix it earlier, and it turns out it needs to get updated just for that right there, because I'm unfortunately one of those people that had that big oof update that fucked up my stuff. Next we have, and this is another one of this shit, here we go again moments, and this is Chachachilla. Holy shit. I honestly thought we would have been done. No. You wish. You see, they wish they were done. But you see, they got community noted. And on top of that, I'm still at that point that I'm thinking that they are like writing this very fucked up fan fiction. God, it just keeps coming up more and more. I'm not going to click on the document because it's already been like just baseless claims every fucking... Literally, the whole document is a fraud. It's a fraud from top to bottom, from left to right of your screen. Everything on that document is a fucking lie. And it has been proven by many, many people. And they also got community noted. So the document contains a doctrine of images that used to perpetrate a false narrative created by the user to avoid responsibility of their own actions, meaning they are fish. Yeah, that's literally what I can say. I was told not to say anything more like negative because they may come after me. I honestly am right there just like... They literally have baseless claims on top of baseless claims, and if they were to come after me, it will literally be a baseless claim, and everyone would fucking catch on to that right away. Like, come on. Like, are you serious? First off, they faked like a suicide, like there was like a suicide, like, the suicide attempt, They faked it, which again, I'm like that right there is a sin itself. Speaking of a sin, me, but you don't joke around and fake stuff like that, because there are people who actually need that help. We got that, hotline for that stuff right there. If anyone has those thoughts right there, the little voices in their head are getting a little bit more louder, and you're actually thinking that they're making sense, I highly suggest calling, that line. I will definitely put that in the description down below just to be like, yeah, call that line, look at that website, just go there if you have those thoughts. But this is something you should not joke about and lie. Just saying. Because, again, taking away from real victims and people who actually need the resources is insane. And going on top of that right there, we have a few VTubers are also jumping in on them as well. We have Tanora Mara, a VTuber, saying, quote, and this is from the document, "I provide evidence that Paul has been slandering me for years. Years, I say." No, you didn't. You just showed her once warning somebody about you. And that's literally it. Doesn't matter and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's literally it. And then the chachachilla is still trying to dig that hole deeper. I'm honestly at that point that they're just trying to go find the hollow earth theory. I think that's how far they're going down on this. And that's it. Point there. That has to be it. And then we got Leo Taku, another VTuber. Probably said the name horribly wrong. Chachachilla says, "Did you even read the document? I provided evidence that Apollo had been rendering for years." See, I definitely did not have a very fucked up fanfiction, as I'm literally just going to call that on this video, fucked up fanfiction 101. Don't do it. That's the first 101. Secondly, why the fuck did you not listen to the first rule and you're still wanting to go down 101? And on top of that, Alara had decided to come back again. Great job, Alara. Yeah, and then this is one of the aliases again. I fucking hate this so fucking much right here. But Alara did say, in quote from her tweet right there, "So your proof of this one screenshot of years of harassment is probably a fake too." By the way, spoiler alert, it was. It definitely was. And it was all fake. Again, as I said before, the whole document that chachachilla has made, from top to bottom, from left to right of the screen, if you were to click on it, is a fraud. It's a fake. Pathetic. Continue on. You argue that the slander towards you was about your faking unalive, but in the screenshot below, you admitted to unaliving baiting. As you can see right there, and I did bait, and I regret it. Yeah, I'm just gonna as I said before, taking away from the real victims that might need the resources, and then there's you. Great job for wasting everyone's time and resources again. I think that's the third time, second time. I don't know. I'm just tired of talking about this. They're literally just digging their hole. It's just fucking insane. It's insane. Continue on. How do you expect anyone to read your Google Docie and come to the conclusion that it's in your favor? Half of your claims don't even have proof in the document. And again, the community did show itself right there that everything has been fake from top to bottom, left to right, so forth and so on. Crazy stuff that, everything you're doing is literally just making a show, proving that there might be a hollow earth theory because that's how far you're going down. That's crazy. What timing? No, I'm going to release everything and all that kind of stuff and blah, 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 blah. I'm posting it all unless you can convince me not to. Oh, and then there's still that right there. You remember that chat? Yeah, Alara had to put that in there again. I kind of feel bad that Alara is taking unintended strays on them trying to go after Mythos and Apollo, which Apollo's really sweet. So again, I have no idea what the fuck did they think. Again, if this is them just trying to dirty out their dirty laundry before December, which by the time this comes out, it's already December. Well, I'm just going to say that that's probably my conspiracy theory. Put me on the cross and stake or whatever if you think I'm not wrong about that. Because, again, everything that's happened this last month, November as a whole, just think about that. All the stuff that's happened. Coincidence? I think not. And continuing on more about this, and again, as I did say from Mythos, yeah, Hades from Mythos Talent also decided to chime in. Quote, "Bruh, this shit is fake." That's what she said, okay? I'm not that. I'm just quoting what she said. This is a screenshot you claimed that was my conversation with Apollo. Don't think I don't know. This conversation never happened. I do not type this. I can't speak. Want to know how I've typed? I would have used the actual emojis, and I've been a Nitro user for years. And anyone who knows me knows this. Oh yes, you did submit a fake screenshot of your manage to try to have Apollo punished and justify your weird obsessive behavior. To that, underneath that, from the an extra message on that tweet. Chacha, if you're reading this, you probably will. I like that subtle call out right there, which we already know she definitely did. But generally, please stop. Please try to find a happier life for yourself than this. I won't be honest with you. If only it was that easy. I understand IRL is being hard, but relying and being this invested in the internet will only continue to poison your mind. That is true. I too Ant, genuinely help yourself. Okay, I like Hades' English just went completely scuffed, and I know my English is scuffed, but damn, but basically just saying like, stop it, get some help. Think of yourself. Think of the children. We're the children. Unfortunately, we are the children in this conversation right now. Like, what the fuck, man? And continue on to a message right after that. She did said, and unquote, after all of that, I said my final piece and will no longer be taking part on any further in this situation. I know my side of things, and I don't want to continue to platform someone else who wishes to see people I care about fall to ruin. I'm just going to say this right here. The fact that they kept going and digging their hole over and over and over and over and over. I had to cut some of that part out, but I said like and over like maybe like 20 plus times, but we kind of got the point. Like, just stop. Get some help. Like, from that meme, just fucking do it for all of us, please. Like, your very fucked up fan fiction is just too much for the mere mortals such as us can handle. And even deities from mythos like can't even handle it too. Like, just what the fuck? Get a life, get a wife, touch some grass, touch some ass. I don't know, and live happily ever after. Unbelievable. Okay, yeah. I'm not doing the Shrek thing. I'm gonna get copyrighted. And this is actually something that happens. I'm not gonna play the audio because I think a lot of people know this, but if you didn't know this and been living in Iraq for like the past like couple weeks or a couple days, or forever, you probably know the streamer of Pokimane. I unfortunately know Pokimane for reasons of being very annoying. And I know people are going to be like, oh, you just don't like her because she's ugly and all that. No, she like, in scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, bad, 10 being like good, she's like a solid 9, unfortunately. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh my god, wait, hang on, she's not a 10? What the fuck? I mean, it had to get down. It's like, God had to nerf her some way. The way how she talks and all that kind of stuff brings that down a solid point. But she's still a 9 out of 10. See, again, God has to nerf people in some way. But from this right here, Pokimane says that she was getting tired of people asking about her not being married. It's if context, people are doing the rabbit with the clock thing. She basically bought an engagement ring for herself, and it was like 30K, which has been proven that it's not 30K. I think it's like 15K. And I'll be honest with you, and I saw that ring, I honestly was like, 30K for that? Damn, that's like fucking highway robbery. They fucking took an extra 15K out of you. But the ring looks like a snake. Like, just the way how it is, it looks like a snake wrapped around. Like, am I not the only one that gets that impression when I see that? It's a snake. It's literally a snake just wrapped around. And it's like, I was like, okay, that is the lamest ring that you could spend 30K on. And then she goes into saying like, oh, but guys, the economy is rough, like super rough. But then she buys like a 15K ring or 30K ring. I don't know. It's just not 30K though, because people have already proven that, and it's insane. But I'm like, just like, why? Like again, like she's throwing her wealth out at everybody, and then going into saying like, guys, I can't have a child right now. I can't go to dating because it's so expensive. Bitch, please, you literally have so many fucking like you're like up there on the very top of like Twitch and social media right now. Bitch, please. You could probably find yourself like a Hollywood actor and you know tie the knot there like dude, shut the fuck up. Am I just like come on, like we all know that. We all know that. It would be like one of those like you know the Hollywood actor, dating things, and then everyone's just like swarming them, trying to take pictures and shit like that. That's literally how I see that's gonna go Pokimane. The fact that she's not going into that sphere and just doing whatever the fuck this is, and just telling people this right here, and then doing this engagement ring because she proposed to herself, which is kind of like the saddest thing. That is something that a cat lady would do, but the cat lady knows that she has some fucking sanity left, so she won't do it. She'll just fucking live alone with the cats. That's all. Like this is just like an extra cherry added on top of the ice cream of craziness. I'm not the only one that's thinking that too. Like who fucking marries themselves? That's like, you gotta be insane. There has to be something wrong with you. Going on after that little bit of a rant right there from a very famous streamer that I do not want to talk about again, because I was going to go around for another fucking 15 minutes, and I did not want to do that again. And this is from YouTube, and we'll be honest with you, this is a good idea, but it's not like it's not a very big W on that right there. But these are the new guidelines right here, expanding on access on pre-published checks for the community guidelines and blah 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 blah. Again, it's not something really that good, but YouTube, basically from what this guy's saying, it's like this is a huge W from YouTube. YouTube will tell you when you're violating guidelines before they're published. I feel like it's a right idea. Like it's going in the right direction. Will this fix a lot of stuff on majority of the channels that have been terminated from their terminations? I mean, again, it's a nudge in the right direction. Hopefully they don't take 2 steps back and fuck us over in the process on YouTube. And if that does happen, forget this video ever happened. Unlike it. Do not dislike. Do not like unlike it unlike it. And if you disliked it, undislike it, and delete your history, because I don't want people to come back on this right here and crucify me. Please and thank you. Going on from there, and this is the little gaming part that we always like to do every now and then. We kind of just jump back and forth here and there, because I throw that in just to help out with the mood. I care about the community's mental sanity. As for mine, I honestly don't know where it went. It's somewhere. It's probably in Tahiti right now. God damn, why is it in Tahiti? But going on from there, with the game called Where Winds Meet has 9 million players in only 2 weeks, and this was on November 29th. So I've been wanting to play this game, and this is, as well as I've seen from Steam, it's a free-to-play game. There's a lot of stuff on there. It's like the way how I can see it, it looks like something like Dark Souls like, but not really. But there's like a lot of stuff though going on to there. Will I play that at some point? I will. Probably when the internet actually comes back and then go on streaming, I'll probably go in there and do that. See how that goes, and probably just die in the most spectacular fashion like imaginable. But that's just me. But congrats on Where Winds Meets on the 9 million players in just 2 weeks on that achievement. Going on from the other thing from Steam news, still more Steam stuff, and that is the epic boss from Tim Sweeney. I don't know how to say that name. Thinks that stores like Steam should stop labeling games being made with AI. It makes no sense, he says, because AI will be involved in nearly all future production. But chat, Should should we tell them? Should come on? Okay, I'm not gonna tell them. Can someone else tell them? Like, dude, you're such a fucking dumbass. Okay, I don't need to go in explaining why, but the fact that you know they're trying to say, please stop labeling our games as AI. We're definitely using AI, but we don't want people to call us out that we're being lazy and doing half-ass shit. So could you please remove AI tags from the Steam store, please? Thank you. XOXO, your favorite neighborhood epic boss guy, Tim Sweeney. Fuck you, by the way. Double birds, triple birds. I don't know. There's like so many birds. Man, are we really going down there? Are we really going to do that? I hate that this is like becoming more of a discussion that AI and gaming and all that is the future. Can we just like stop for 1 second and realize how did you get here in the first place? It was the people that made the industry what it is today. And the fact is that you're just wanting to cut corners and do all that shit. A lot of people ain't buying that. Why you think like all these games from like Asia are popping off right now? Like you got Black Myth Wukong, for example, best game. You guys only slandered it because they actually did their time and dedicated every resource and every fiber of their being into making a very good game. And then that's not the only game. You got Nikke. And then funny part is Azur Lane's like right there too, which a lot of these games that are gacha games that are free to play, they're all developing. They're now out of the gacha phase of incubancy and they're now making like full-fledged games. They're like $20 to $30, and I'm like, and you're and the way how they're making them is AAA quality, and it's only $20 to $30, and yet here in the US of A, and they're just fucking using AI and half-ass shit. Like, what the fuck? There was also a thing going on with Destiny using AI thing and with their concept art, and I mean that literally proved that fucking example right there. We are not going to be allowing this shit. I'm sorry, like, and I know I got a little bit of side track right there because of the Bungie thing with the AI, but that's like one example right there. Lots of us are buying like all these other games that are what you would call like indie, and you guys don't like to acknowledge them in Game of the Year and stuff like that, or like even just acknowledge their existence because they're actually doing something that you are afraid to do, and that's surprisingly make a fucking product that can work, and that product is a video game that people love. Isn't it? I mean, like, to be fair, Nintendo kind of got that, unfortunately, that bad mindset right there. God, why did it have to go that way? I'm still pissed at the thing that they did. But nonetheless, if they're going to be using AI in video games, we're all not going to buy those games. And if we are, there's probably going to be a few people that just want to play it just to see how horribly it is. Just for shits and giggles, I'm posting on YouTube just for like a few likes and maybe thousands of likes. Like a lot of people are going to be like, clowning on that shit right there. And the guy's literally going to name the title of like blah, 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 blah game. Watch it fail spectacularly and some shit like that. I don't know. I literally couldn't think of a game, but I just know it's going to be bad and people are going to clown on it. And that title of that game is probably going to be like, this is game so and so. And there's going to be some kind of remark in that title or in the description. Either way, that's going to be content, and it's probably going to be a lot of people making fun of whatever the fuck that game is using AI, which majority of the games are wanting to do that here in the US. Yeah. And then I just got Stellar Blade. Yeah, I just got Stellar Blade on my PC and then modded it. I finally have the capacity and brain power to do that. And that's the other thing, like, that side, like Asia, they're okay with modding their games. Here though, they don't. They're really like, no. I mean, there is like a few examples of them that they're okay, but like majority of these studios here are like, nah, not our game. But like Stellar Blade you can mod, like it's on my PlayStation and yeah. But like the fact that it's on Steam and you can mod stuff like that, because that's like, again, one of the examples. And Stellar Blade is like, from Asia, because it's company who made Nikkei. Yeah, definitely modded that. I added a max jiggle physics. I'm definitely gonna be playing that on stream at some point later on for you guys. And yeah, enjoy when that happens. And when my internet decides to fucking revive from the dead. Next that we have is my most favorite segment of them all, and that is Meanwhile on the Internet, which is stuff that really didn't get covered in the main part of it, and we're not going to talk that much about, but it was just something I found interesting nonetheless. So let's get into it. Meanwhile, on the Internet, McDonald's will be launching a collective edition of the Happy Meal featuring 70 toys from Disney's iconic worlds. It will include franchises like Star Wars, Pixar, and Marvel, all shown right there. You got like Lion King, you got Toy Story, you got like, you know, The Incredibles, obviously Star Wars, and then even have like, you know, characters from Lilo and Stitch, which is Lilo and Stitch. So, you know, I kind of more like the fact that they have, you know, the Incredibles in there, and I completely forgot that was a thing. That was from Disney. I actually completely forgot that was a thing, and like I'm just that's where I'm leaving it. I just completely forgot that they do own like the Incredibles. Meanwhile, on the Internet, Attack on Titan has done their first ever crossover with Assassin's Creed Shadows. It was really. It literally screamed AI. The low quality effort that was in there, as this guy did say, was fucking obvious. Just like look at that shit. That is so fucking bad. The voice acting was, and like lip synchronization was also horrible. I honestly am just surprised, you know, like that this is what they chose. And also the person who did give you the quest for that. We don't want to talk about that one. That one was also bad. That one was very bad. That was like the most, like, I'm like, what the fuck happened to their face kind of bad, which is actually what happened. Meanwhile, on the Internet, Kellogg's is introducing a limited time collaboration with Nickelodeon SpongeBob SquarePants, and that is, they introduced Kelpo. Yeah, that's literally it. Like, you want Kelpo? If you ever wanted to eat the cereal from SpongeBob that he would always eat, there you go. You got it right there. Kelpo. Enjoy, chat. Enjoy. Meanwhile, on the Internet, Momo Crash is on Steam, and this is the gameplay that peaked here for the game. Yeah, I'm just covering this just because there's a lot of these games that have been popping off like recently. I'm just surprised this is a thing, and it's kind of funny. This guy's reaction, I fucking love it. It's just like so spot on. But if you guys want to check out this game, you know, if you put it in the comment section, you're asking like, "What's the sauce?" I'll definitely put it out there and then pin it to the comment section. But yeah, like again, these are indie games right here that I was talking about earlier. Great job, guys. Great job. Meanwhile, on the Internet, Xbox has released its own Crocs featuring controller joysticks as buttons. Can you play games with them? No, you cannot. That's what they look like. If you wear these, I will be very disappointed at you. I would have preferred if they'd done the shirt right there where you're able to play on the controller like people always do with those memes. It's like, wow, look at that. You're playing, like, look, it's you and your GF and you're just playing the controller on her shirt. And yeah, you see, look, I'm just a simple lion, okay? Like, we all think that, okay? We all think that. We're all thinking the same thought. Don't judge me. But we will judge you if you wear these. And if you put pictures of them in the Discord, or I just see you tagging me with them, I'm just gonna think of 5 ways to strangle you out. I will just leave it at that. Meanwhile, on the Internet, the European Parliament has called for a ban on social media access for people under the age of 16 without parental consent. So if you are the age of under 16, you're fucked. And if you don't have parental consent. So you can't get on TikTok anymore, which, you know, you've just avoided brain rot. Great job. And you also can't go on Instagram anymore to see more of those thoughts. Wait, hang on, you're telling me I can't look at my thoughts anymore on Instagram? No. Well, can I look at my brain rot on TikTok? No. Man, that kind of sucks for a lot of people who are like social media influencers that are invested into social media too much, where they got most of their money from that, and yeah, they just got a big hit. Yeah, that's rough, buddy. Ash rough, buddy. And chat, that concludes what has happened this past week on the Sinday Talk. We got a lot of crazy shit that's happened. I'm hoping that this is the last thing that we see from chachachilla. Just please, that's literally my Christmas, wish right there. There's like two things I want for Christmas right now. That is that to stop, and the thing that I've always talked about like every fucking year that I still have not gotten. Eventually, you know what? Like I feel good about this year, chat. That dream that I had that I'm gonna get that Christmas present that I wanted is gonna happen. Rest assured. I believe this year is that year, 100%. But have a most wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Enjoy, all the stuff that's coming around this month in December. And make a snowman for me. All right, bye.
Always in the wrong, knowing where we stand. But you and I will carry on. We never get it right.